So, a bunch of rule changes over the past 48 hours for the NFL, most notably in the regular season. When it is overtime, both teams will now be able to possess the ball in overtime. Before this rule was announced, whoever scored first, whoever scored a touchdown first, could end the game. I just remember week one of the 2024 season, Rams at Detroit, classic game right there, headed to overtime, and once overtime started, the Lions ran the ball like 5 times, and they just scored a touchdown right away, which is kind of a bummer to end a pretty good game in week one. So overall, let me know how you feel about this news. Do you approve of it? Do you not? I think it makes a ton of sense, and I'm surprised it took them this long to actually have this rule, just because it's the NFL. It's not baseball, it's not NHL, it's not NBA. In the NFL, every single game matters, so it's only fair to allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime. So you gotta love it. Good job, NFL. Also, recently the Lions proposed a new rule which basically allows wildcard teams to be seeded higher than division winners if they have a better overall record. And let me know what you think about this move. I think it's pretty interesting, and the NFL has tabled it until May, so around May they will vote for it and see if it does get approved. To be honest, I'm completely indifferent about this move. If it happens, great. If it stays the same, I don't really care. To the Lions' credit, I do agree that I feel like if you have an amazing regular season, even if you are a wildcard team, you should be able to host a home playoff game. But at the same time, I really don't think it makes that much of a difference. The only seed that really matters is the number one seed, where you get a bye in the wild card round. I mean, if you just take a look at the Vikings this past year, they played on a neutral site in Arizona against the Rams, and that didn't really make a difference. It was a fair thing, and I feel like even if the Vikings hosted a playoff game, they still probably would have got smoked by the Rams anyways. So that is tabled until May, so we definitely got to keep an eye on that one. Let me know if you feel some type of way about that one. And I'd say the past 3 days, again, there's been a lot of talk of banning the tush push. I've made a video on this already, and I absolutely don't think they should ban it. In another world, if every team was as successful as the Eagles and every team just could pick an automatic first down with the tush push, yeah, I think it'd probably be in their best interest to ban it if every team could pull it off. But they can't, and the Eagles are the only successful team that could actually pull it off consistently. I mean, look at the Bills in the AFC Championship game. And plus, I feel like other teams having their own different twist on it is kind of fun. For an example, Mark Andrews on the Ravens. So let me know if you want the tush push to be banned, or do you think it should stay? Now apparently there were not enough votes to ban it, so it is being tabled until May to have another revote. So I don't think it will end up being banned, but still, we kind of got to keep an eye on that date and see if it eventually does get banned. Another interesting rule change, touchbacks on kickoffs will now bring the ball to the 35-yard line instead of the 30. They're doing this to force more kick returns by forcing the kickers to actually kick the ball in play rather than just kicking it into the end zone. And I don't know about this one. Starting the ball at the 35-yard line is pretty outrageous. I mean, you really only need, 2 first downs and you're in field goal range essentially, especially if you have Aubrey. So we'll see how it works out. Obviously, the NFL wasn't really happy with the kickoff format from a year ago, It really didn't make that much of an improvement. It didn't make the game more exciting. I don't know, man. Let me know how you feel about this move. But it's really kind of looking like the NFL is going to be pretty comparable to college games in the near future, just like score-wise, because I'm telling you, like 35-yard line, that's pretty crazy. You know, not too long ago, touchbacks were at the 20-yard line. So like a 15-yard difference, it's pretty huge, man. And just making it a lot harder to play defense. And, you know, if you're into sports betting, definitely be taking a lot of overs in the 2025 NFL season. Also, something cool aesthetically, the NFL is updating its uniform policy, allowing teams to wear their throwback alternate uniforms up to 4 times per season. So I think that's a lot of fun. I don't know why there's a set number on how many times you could wear your alternate jerseys, but you know, I think it's a good thing. 4 times is a lot, and I feel like all the throwback uniforms are pretty nice. You know, the Buccaneers and their orange creamsicle jerseys. You got the Broncos and those nice blue helmets. Of course, you have the Eagles in those Kelly green jerseys. So, I love this move a lot, and I'm sure you love this move too. So yeah, man, the NFL is doing its usual NFL things, changing, adapting, evolving the game every offseason, and it's just crazy how much the game changes every single year. I mean, seriously, if you go back and you watch like a game in 2018 or 2019, it's just like a completely different world. For better or worse, I say if you're a lover of defensive football, the game is definitely worse. Or if you're just a defender in the NFL, the game is absolutely worse. But it's just so fascinating how it changes every single year. But yeah, man, let me know what you think about these rule changes. Which ones do you like? Which ones do you not like? And do you have any ideas for implementing a rule for the NFL? Let me know in the comments below. Honestly, if I could just make one rule, it would be to make roughing the passer calls reviewable. And I know some people may think, oh, that's going to slow the game down by 5 minutes, blah, 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 blah. Bro, there's so many cameras on the field nowadays. I really feel like it would take like an extra 20 or 30 seconds. And plus, like, roughing the passer calls, they have the ability to really shift and change a game. So I really think they need to address that and really allow that not to happen anymore in the future, because those calls are the worst, especially when they're not even roughing the passer calls or not even violent hits. It's the worst thing in the world. But yeah, man, let me know what you think below. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
This will be the offense's 12th play of the drive. Morris lined up as the single back. The Jets will take the snap from the 25. Marshall's got the catch on the touch throw.
Jim, the offensive coordinator's done a terrific job so far here today. He's got his team winning. They're in the red zone. Let's see how clever he's going to be on this call.
Just 2 minutes left in this one now. Back in a moment. We return out of the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter action. 1st and goal from the 6. That pass was hurried. What a drive this has been. Second and goal from the 6. Now on the move. Touchdown, New York Jets. An amazing 4th touchdown today. Phil, this team has played at such a high level for over 3 quarters. Jets offense is in rhythm. Coming back out for another drive. The last 2 times they've had it, they found the end zone.
Their rhythm, they're making it look easy, Jim. It's like watching you dance. You have such great rhythm. It looks like you're not even working at it. So that's how it looks for this offense here today.
Now moving the football to the 10-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 10. Gonna try and scramble now.
Jim, I love these situations.